Well, bore da, good morning and welcome to Denbigh Town. In this video I'm going to be taking a wander around, giving you a bit of a tour of the haunted locations in Denbigh Town. There's quite a few of them, and a lot of them I have actually captured on camera. Apparitions, voices, noises. So if you want to look these places up, like I say, a lot of them I have actually captured stuff on camera. But I'm gonna, in this video, just give you a wander around and give you a tour, just to show you some of the haunted locations in Denbigh Town. So this is the bottom part of Denbigh Town, and at the end of this track is the Friary, location where there's been a lot of sightings of apparitions. And this location, I took a few still photos. I was roughly standing about here. Obviously it's overgrown now, but I was taking a photo of the Abbey, and in the bottom corner here you'll see some strange, like mist, some sort of apparition. So that's what I caught on camera. I'll just show you the Abbey now. Location of apparitions. As I say, this is the bottom half of Denbigh, and the well there, it's the saying goes that well, from that bottom of that well, there's a tunnel all the way up to Denbigh Castle. It's about a mile long, but whether it exists, no one knows, but that's the tale. So that's the Abbey. Right, this is towards the top of Vale Street, and just to my left, that building there is Mustin House, and it was once a chemist, and that closed, and it was derelict for years and years, and then a local developer took it over, and it was a few years, and he redeveloped it and done it up, and when it was all finished he came across here to this bus stop and he took a photo. Didn't see anything strange at the time, but when he had a closer look, that window there, the one at the top right, there's an old woman looking out, and he swears 100% there was no one in that building when he took that photo. So that's Mustin House. So if you're passing top of Vale Street, keep your eye on that top right window, and you just might see the old lady looking out at you. So that's Mustin House. So just off Vale Street, a bit higher up from Mustin House, is Lone Swan, and situated in Lone Swan is Kappalon Swan. And there it is there in all its glory. Now, I was here for a year renovating this place inside, and I did a bit of work on the roof as well. And just down here, through there, and then round the corner, there's a little room, well, a couple of little rooms where we used to have a cup of tea, and it's like a little kitchen area. And then you move into a massive hall, then you move into the, is it the cloisters or something they call it, and then you get into the chapel itself. And one morning I was in, because I had the keys obviously to open up, and there was about 3 or 4 lads working with me, painters and a joiner and a bricklayer, and I was in another room next to the kitchen area, and I was on my own because I used to open up, and then I heard the door opening and shuffling of feet, and the kettle even switched on, and I thought, oh, it's the lads, they've arrived, you know. So a couple of minutes later I came round into that room and there was no one there. It was completely empty. And also the organ in the chapel used to just play by itself for no reason. You'd be working, doing something, and then you'd hear the organ playing up, and we'd go through and into the chapel itself, and there'd be no one there. As soon as you opened the door, the organ would stop playing and there'd be no one in there. Very strange. So that's Kappalon Swan. And just a bit higher up from Kappalon Swan is the old printers, the old Guaz G printers, which is this building here. It is now derelict, and as you can see, it does not even have a roof. But there's been reported strange, unexplained noises, thumps and voices and stuff like that. So that's Guaz G. Stood empty now for many years. So the green shop you can see there, it's Weavers now, but going back many years it was a second-hand bookshop, and it was haunted by an apparition of a man, and he appeared to be wearing like a boiler suit or work clothes, and he kept appearing, and when he was approached he used to just vanish. Like I say, it was when it was a bookshop. That's the top of Vale Street, and it's now Weavers. It's also been a chocolate shop as well, haunted by a man, like I say, sort of dressed, described as a boiler suit, so, but when he was approached he always used to vanish. And just off Denbigh High Street is what it is now, is the Guildhall Tavern, as you can see there. But when I was a kid it was the Bull Hotel, and I was friendly with the son of the owner of the Bull Hotel, and when we were kids we used to mess about, and I'll show you where it is now. I won't enter, but you can see it from here. Not in so much the hotel itself, but in the room at the back there. You can see the door there, and it's on about 2 stories. We used to mess about in there when we were kids, and quite often we'd hear strange voices and noises and stuff like that, and someone talking, but we couldn't understand what they were saying. So that, like I say, then it was the Bull Hotel, but it's the Guildhall Tavern now. And the mysterious grapes, there was a bunch of grapes hanging under them barrels going back a few years now, and they just vanished. But I don't think that's paranormal, although you never know. But no one knows what happened to them, they just disappeared. So that's the Guildhall Tavern, but it was the Bull Hotel. And just off the high street, just off Denbigh High Street, it's the back row, and it runs parallel with the high street. And in medieval times it was the site of a market, like an open market. So that's the back row. It's only short, and it's been reported, if you listen carefully on a quiet night, it's been reported of horses' hooves clip-clopping can be heard. And this is the back row. So this is Love Lane. The start of Love Lane is from the old Rudy's, the old sweet shop. And this area, the lower half, many people have reported hearing screams, unexplained screams, and they come out of their houses and stuff, and there's just no one there. So this is Love Lane. And also in this area, which is a bit higher up, it's been, a lot of people have heard stamping of feet, as if it's like an army marching. But there again, there's been nothing. And just on my right here is Love Lane Garage, and that is a very haunted place. That's the garage there, flats above. That used to be my bedroom. That's the showroom, the old garage, and the attic. This is where I grew up as a kid, and there's some strange goings on, apparitions, voices, noises. There's even a ghost dog. The other side of these rooms here, there's a corridor, and at night you could hear a dog, and all it used to do is run up and down the corridor. It was originally Williams Brothers coach builders, and they then later became funeral directors. And in here they had, that was where they stored all the coffins. My tide, which is my grandfather, he used to work for Williams Brothers, and when they got old, you know, and packed the business in, they handed all this to my tide, and that's how we had it. And it was run by my father and my tide, my grandfather, and like I say, this is where I grew up. And yeah, there's even a ghost dog in this place. So that's Love Lane Garage. And just a bit higher up, still in Love Lane, on Love Lane Garage. It's got the sign there, the old prison, but we used to call it the old jail. And there's been some very disturbing activity used to go on in that place. Disturbing and frightening. And the one time owner, I was having a chat with her, and she said that they actually got a priest and they performed an exorcism in this place. And just as he was finishing, she said all the doors, they all opened, and then they all slammed shut. All the doors slammed shut. And she said they never had any trouble since. So that's, like I say, it's called the old prison, but we used to call it the old jail, where there was actually an exorcism held in that place. Okay, on the outskirts of Denbigh Town is the old site of the mental, or the North Wales Hospital, Denbigh Asylum. It's been called a few things over the years. And if you know me, or you subscribe to my channel, you know I've been documenting this place for over 40 years. And over them 40 years I've captured a lot of stuff, a lot of paranormal activity, apparitions, voices, screams, shouts, a lot of stuff. But yeah, so anyway, that's the NWH, or the mental as we call it. A very haunted location. And this is the Cinder Track. It runs alongside and to the back of the mental. So cold because it was once covered in cinders. We used to come along here on our bikes. You could just about ride a bike on the cinder. Cinders used to be about 3-4 inches thick, and it was the waste, the burnt out coal from the heating system, the boilers in the mental. And to get rid of the cinders, they used to chuck them on this track, and they used to chuck them down the slope there. And that's why it's called the Cinder Track. Is there a car coming behind me? I can hear something. Yeah, it is. So it is used, this track. Oh, it's a tractor. Never seen a tractor coming on this track before. Anyway, get to one side. Yeah, it's haunted by the ghost of an old man. Now, I've captured orbs and a black apparition. Whether it was the old man, I don't know. Just wait for this tractor. I've never ever seen a tractor come down this track. Although there are fields down by the pavilion there. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, it's haunted. A lot of people have seen an old man said to be walking this track, but as I say, I've never seen an old man, but I have come here at night and I've captured orbs, and I've captured a bit further down like a black, some sort of apparition, but whether it was the old man or not, I don't know. But and like I say, no one knows if he's connected with the mental. He might be a patient that has died there or something, and perhaps this was one of his favourite walks. He used to go for a walk down the Cinder Track. Who knows? But anyway, this is the Cinder Track, and it's haunted. And that's Castell Denbigh, or Denbigh Castle, highest point in Denbigh Town, and it's haunted by the White Lady. It's been seen on many occasions, not walking, described as floating around the grounds and along the top of the ramparts there. So that's Castell Denbigh, Denbigh Castle, haunted by the White Lady. So this is the Gwini, as it's called. It's woodland next door to Denbigh Castle. And through the overgrowth there, if you can just make out a bit of the rockwork there, that is Cat's Eyes, and that is a cave. And when we were kids, we were up at the top, the actual Cat's Eyes part, and we were messing about and talking and larking about and what have you. And it got dusk, and I'll have to be honest, I didn't hear the noise, but one of the lads said, "Shh, what was that? Did you hear that?" And I said no, and I think a few others didn't hear anything. "What, did you hear something?" And he said, "Oh, I've heard something, came from this direction." And like I say, we were up there, and all this wasn't here, it wasn't overgrown, it was all clear, and we were at the top of Cat's Eyes there. And we looked down towards there, that corner there, which you could see on the top there, and there was two figures standing there. One was very tall, about 6 foot, something like that, and the other one was about 4 foot, very short, and they were just standing like that. You could see their arms and their legs and sort of make out their faces. Like I say, it was dusk, just turned, you know, so it wasn't dark, but it wasn't light. And we were shouting at them, "Who's that? What do you want?" or something, and they were just standing like that, just looking up at us. And then we've got sort of started chucking stones at them and stuff like that. Chucking stone, and the stones were landed just like that. But and these two figures, they were just standing there. The stones appeared to go through them, and then we just, what do we do? And then they started moving. They started from there. You couldn't actually see them walking, but they started moving up these steps here. And then we panicked and we climbed up. All of us instantly just panicked. And we climbed up and we got onto the top of the town walls. And we legged it and we come out the top of Park Street. And we ran into town. We just instantly, we were absolutely scared stiff. So those are the two apparitions that we saw from Cat's Eyes. We all saw them as well. But I didn't hear the sound, but we all saw these two figures. And also situated in the Gwini is the Goblin Tower. And the story goes, Goblin Tower is part of the Denbigh Town walls. And the story goes that Henry de Lacy, who built Denbigh Castle, his son was playing on scaffolding on the half-built Goblin Tower, and he slipped and he fell to his death. He fell inside the Goblin Tower, and inside the Goblin Tower is a well. But it's said to this day, his sad face, it said, can still be seen peering through the dark socket-like openings, and that's the story. And I've actually got footage of a boy's, or what looks like a boy's face, peering through that opening there. In the bottom there, looking out. I was just doing random clips in Denbigh, and at the time didn't see anything, but yeah, I've got a footage of, and you can see his face looking out. And I've also captured scream. There was a scream, and you can see on the video I didn't react to it. I was talking about something, the well, or talking about in general, you know, the Goblin Tower, and in the background you can hear this blood-curdling scream. But you can see on the video I did not react to it because I didn't hear it, but it's caught on camera. So that's it. So as I said earlier, a lot of these locations that I've shown you, I've been investigating or just happened to be filming at that location and captured something I can't explain on camera, albeit a voice or a apparition or some sort of, I don't know, you know, like I say, a black blob on the Cinder Track. So whether that was the old man, I don't know, and orbs, and like I say, and if you search my channel, for instance, like Mustin House, if you just type in Mustin House, and you'll find the video of the old lady looking out for that top window. And like I said, other locations, a lot of these locations I've shown you, I actually filmed, or caught on camera, an apparition or a noise or a voice or a scream or something like that. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my little tour of some of the haunted locations in Denbigh Town. As always, thanks for watching. No doubt I'll see you again.